Hello, my name is Danny, co-founder of The Right to No Longer Exist, along with my good friend Kevin. And today I have a letter that I would like to share with everyone. This letter will outline our basic agenda and will be snail mailed and emailed to thousands of human and civil rights organizations across the world, including organizations that are pro right to die. Anyway, we also have translators who are able and willing to translate this letter into other languages other than English. Our channel is going to have like Right to Die podcast and stuff in the future. And also, this will not be the only letter that we write. The next letter will delve into the current right to die laws, which if you look at all the red tape, can't be really considered right to die at all. I mean, either you have the right to die or you don't. So anyway, without further ado, this is the letter. The right to no longer exist. The dawn of a new civil rights movement. Mission statement. We are a global human rights group dedicated to fighting for the right to no longer exist for those who find life undesirable. We stand against discrimination. Therefore, we believe this right should be universal for all, not circumstantial for some. This includes individuals who are suffering mentally, physically, or psychologically, have a terminal illness, or take the position that life is intrinsically negative and would prefer euthanasia over the risk of being catastrophically harmed in the future. Our main objectives include spreading awareness on this issue through communication and education, normalizing the conversation on a global scale without fear of repercussions, exposing the logical fallacies of those who oppose the right to no longer exist, reaching out to organizations that will most likely support our cause or support it in the future, encouraging the further liberalization of current right to die laws, creating rational legislative initiatives for complete legalization with safeguards in mind, and supporting the right to no longer exist as a constitutional right for every nation and having it added to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. While some of these goals may seem overly ambitious today, we recognize that many of them will not come to fruition in our lifetime. This will be a multi-generational struggle. Disclaimer. Our movement does not encourage suicide and will not be providing methods. We believe this right should be carried out by professionals who are willing to directly administer peaceful euthanasia drugs to their clients. Furthermore, our movement does not oppose seeking therapy, medication, hospice, or pain management as a means of coping with existence. However, we do stand in opposition to the authoritarian pro-life agenda that our current psychiatric and medical communities adhere to. When discussing this topic, it's vital that we bring the pro-choice community into the conversation. We cannot afford to ignore the parallels between abortion and euthanasia rights. Both are my body, my decision principles. Favoring one but not the other is hypocritical and logically inconsistent. Therefore, we should be natural allies. In places that still prohibit abortion, those who wish to terminate their own pregnancies must undergo dangerous procedures in hopes of success. Each year, millions of women die or suffer from severe complications globally as a result. These victims were not evil or insane, but justifiably desperate because they live in a world that does not respect the right to self-determination. That same sense of justifiable desperation is felt by those who wish to terminate their own existence, a life that was imposed. Unfortunately, even secular progressives who claim to carry the torch for civil liberties refuse to vouch for these people unless they are near death. This is the equivalent of religious conservatives permitting abortion only in cases of rape, incest, or to save the life of a mother. Our society allows for procreation without question or vetting. Yet if somebody wants to die, they are persecuted for their desires. We believe that procreation without the guaranteed right to no longer exist is unethical. Since nobody elected to be here, forcing anyone to remain is cruel and unjustifiable. Despite the increase in suicide awareness, prevention efforts, and psychiatric treatments, the suicide rate is continuing to rise. Without the rational option of euthanasia, those who want to end their lives have no choice but to exit in agony, using violent means. Furthermore, those who discover their bodies and workers who must clean up the mess will be traumatized. Even so-called guaranteed methods are not fail-safe. Too many have been left alive with damaged brains, blown off faces, and mangled bodies, all because the burdens of being sentient was too much for them to handle. Even if these victims begged for death after an attempt, our society will still deny them the graceful exit that they deserve. If we had the right to no longer exist, such tragedies would be far less likely to occur. There is even a possibility that many would decline or postpone euthanasia if offered. For some, all they need is the comfort and sense of control provided by knowing the option is available. In conclusion, our movement is about compassion, validation, and the right to self-determination. There are no objective philosophical arguments that support the theory that voluntary euthanasia is wrong. This is evident by the fact that preventionists depend heavily on it gets better type platitudes without context or critical thought. We believe that to respect life is to respect that person's wishes, even if it is to die. Someone else's subjective views on what life should be should not negate the rights of others. Everyone has their limits, and those limits should be respected. After all, a life cannot be saved, only prolonged until the inevitable endgame of death. That fact alone should get any rational-minded individual to at least think about supporting this cause. Thank you. Learn more and get involved. For more info, please check out our Right to Die, for more info, please check out the Right to No Longer Exist YouTube channel and Facebook page. For questions and inquiries, contact us at therighttonolongerexist@protonmail.com or therighttonolongerexist@gmail.com. So, yeah. Thank you very much, and there will be more letters to come and more stuff. You know, there's a lot of activism left, and we are just getting started. Hopefully, you know, another video will be made pretty soon. Thank you very much.